Justin, I'm sure you get this question a lot, but if you have a client calling you saying that they believe someone else is using their intellectual property, whether it be their trademark, copyright, or otherwise, what are the first things that they should be doing?
So I actually had this call today. One of the things, so it's always the same, but it's not what people think. So really, what the first thing that you should do is an investigation. Figure out who this person is, what their company is, how big they are. Then document everything, because the minute you do something, everything on the internet, like websites change, all this kind of thing. So you want to make sure that you document how, if it's a trademark, how they're using it, where they're using it, if it's on social media, if it's on a website, if it's on a Google like business ad or something like that. Document it. Then once you've done that,
Sure.
then we sit down and we try to figure out, okay, does this look like it's an accident or does this look like it's on purpose? Because that changes your approach a lot. If it looks like it's on accident and it looks like just somebody who just barely got started, we might send a different kind of letter than if somebody is, really looks like that they're messing around with our brand or with our company.
How can you tell the difference?
That's why you do the research, because you can usually tell by how they're targeting it and how similar it is. So
Mhm.
if it's a company who it's an accident, like the name might be similar, but nothing else is going to be really lined up. It's really unusual for somebody to line everything up the same. But if they have the same name and the colors are the same and the website's really close, that kind of stuff, you can start to figure out if somebody's messing with you. At that point, then we figure out, okay, are we going to send a letter? We figure out what kind of letter, and then what is our escalation? So we already have built in what's our escalation if the first letter fails, because you don't want to just go nuts and then you have no way to escalate, right? So you want to be able to escalate this, and that helps you rein it in. And some of those things might be, sending it from the company and then sending it from a lawyer and then send from a lawyer who's right next door, or maybe it's, there are different ways to do this. So that's how I try to set this up. So it's very systematic and it's planned out and it's scripted. And we have a goal in mind. That's the other one, is like, what is the goal? Be realistic, right? When you first see it, you're like, oh, I'm going to sue them for all the money they have. Well, okay, is that really what we're going to do? Or are you good enough if they just go away and, turn over whatever domain name that they had, or whatever it is? And so having that plan in place is the first thing